Get out our notebooks. We're going to start where we left off yesterday with example 4, which is the best buy, which is the better buy. Okay, it's your notebook. I don't care what you do with your notebook. All right, whether you continue, whether you start a new page, I just highly recommend putting the date and then rewriting the I can statement so you know what the heck we're talking about. So with this unit rate, which is the better buy, which is the better purchase, which is the better deal? And remember what Mrs. Knapp said yesterday. Money, bless you, and miles go in the numerator. Money and miles go in the numerator. So here we go with example 1. Which is the better buy? I haven't given an example yet. You got to wait till I give an example before you can give me an answer. So this will be our first example. Which is the better buy? 6 video games for $149.94 or 7 video games for $167.93. Once you finish getting this copied down, please go grab your calculator. If it says 13 on it, it is.
No.
All right, let's start out with this question, and we're going to ask Jalen. Now, you're being recorded right now, Jalen, so you better give me the right answer. Looking at this first scenario, 6 video games for $149.94. Okay? This is what we're looking at here. What goes in the numerator? The 6 or the $149.94? Yes, sir. Make sure that we keep our label. And now I need somebody to tell me what the answer is. Shane.
One game is $24.99.
Yes, one game is $24.99. Or we could just say $24.99 per game. Looking at the second scenario, Luke, what goes in the numerator? 7 video games or $167.93? Very good. And Destiny, how much is each game? Very good, Destiny. So, what's the better buy, Ariana? Which one's the better purchase? Which one would you purchase? Which store would you go to? Would you go to store 1 or store 2? Why would you go to store 2? Why can you get more games? Dylan, why can you get more games? Or why would we choose store 2? Gage, why are we choosing store 2 here?
It's less money per game.
It's less money. That's why we're choosing it. It's less money. The game costs less. You get to save $1. Aiden?
Oh, I was just going to answer the question.
You're just going to what?
I was just going to answer the question, but just go over.
Oh, okay. Ha. All right, next question. And it's just like the which is the better buy, but I'm going to write this. Who runs faster? It's the same type of a problem, except instead of which is the better buy, I'm putting out there who runs faster. Is it Mr. DeBrano or is it Mr. Grail? Mr. DeBrano runs 18 miles in 4 hours, where Mr. Grail runs 22 miles in 5 hours. Now, what's going to go in the numerator? The miles or the hours, Dominic? Very good. So why don't everyone right now figure out the unit rate for Mr. DeBrano, figure out the unit rate for Mr. Grail by using your calculator and dividing, and then figure out who runs faster. I know some of you got the answer already, but put your hands down. Let's give everyone at least a minute to write something on their paper. Jeremy, what did you get? Who runs faster, DeBrano or Mr. Grail?
Mr. DeBrano.
Okay, what ratio did you write for Mr. DeBrano?
4.5.
Okay, so you wrote 18 miles divided by 4 hours and got 4.5 miles per 1 hour. And then what ratio did you write for Mr. Grail, Jeremy?
4.4.
So then you did 22 miles per 5 hours and got 4.4 miles per 1 hour. And you chose Mr. DeBrano. Now, why did you choose Mr. DeBrano, Jeremy?
Because he ran 18 miles in 4 hours.
Well, Mr. Grail ran 22 miles in 5 hours. Why did you, when you figured out these unit rates, why did you choose Mr. DeBrano? What was it about your answer that you're like, oh, Mr. DeBrano is the answer? You don't know? Just guessed? Shane?
Mr. Romano, because he ran 4.8 miles per hour.
Right. You picked Mr. DeBrano because he ran farther. He ran faster. Okay? He ran faster because he ran further. In 1 hour, Mr. DeBrano ran from here to Burger King. In 1 hour, Mr. Grail ran from here to Mobile. In 1 hour, Mr. DeBrano ran a little bit further. He actually crossed the street and made it to Burger King. Okay? He's fast. And finally, our last example, example 5, is going to be a table. With tables, the first column is always labeled X. The second column is always labeled Y. When you are given a table, you always write your ratio Y divided by X, which is the y-axis on a graph divided by the x-axis on a graph. The vertical change divided by the horizontal change. You guys know what I'm talking about when I talk about a graph?
Yeah.
All right. If you don't, let me put up here. This is the x-axis. That's the y-axis. So we do the y divided by x. We do vertical change divided by horizontal change. And in about 3 or 4 more learning targets, when we talk about direct variation and constant of proportionality, we'll dive more into this. All right, looking at the first set of numbers, what number is in the y row? Sabrina? 10. And which x value corresponds with 10, Nick? Nick? Which x value corresponds with 10? 2. And what's 10 divided by 2? Jake?
5.
So our answer is 5 miles per 1 hour. But Mr. Meeks, what if I didn't choose the 10 and the 2? What if I chose the 25 and the 5? Okay, let's see what happens. What's 25 divided by 5? 5. Well, Mr. Meeks, what if I chose 45 divided by 9? Well, what's 45 divided by 9?
5.
All right, Mr. Meeks, what if I chose the last one? What if I chose 55 divided by 11? What's your answer?
5.
5. Does it matter which set of values you choose? You're always going to get the same answer. So Destiny might choose 10 divided by 2. Josh might choose 25 divided by 5. Gabby chooses 45 divided by 9. And Luke chooses 55 divided by 11. Who's going to get the right answer? All of them. As long as they divide correctly. All right, any questions about that? All right, we're going to do one. You're going to do one on your own, and then we're going to do our homework. Homework. It's my phone. Now remember, the week is the X value and the money is the Y value. So go ahead, copy that down, and we'll give you about a minute and a half to figure out how much it costs per week. What is the cost per week? Okay, about another 30 seconds. Y over X happens. Y over X. Choose a Y value, put it in the numerator. Choose the corresponding X value, and put it in the denominator. So choose a Y value. Point to it. Okay, write it down. Choose the corresponding X value that goes with it.
What's corresponding?
Same place. Okay, we're down there. Now use your calculator. Type it in. Exactly how it looks. All right, time's up. So, who wants to share their answer with the class? Sabrina, tell me what ratio you wrote down.
I wrote $157.50
Okay,
divided by 7 weeks,
okay.
and I got $22.50 per 1 week.
How many people got that? Very good. Everyone's correct. Very good job, guys.
And one helpful hint too, I saw some of you, when we're dealing with money, what needed to come after that 5? What did I need after that 5? I can't just put 22.5. We're talking about money. Shane, what do I need? Oh, you need a dollar sign, and also I need Luke? A 0, because it's 50 cents, right? Normally we'd say don't put a 0 after a number, but in this case, because it is money, you need that 0 at the end.
Great call. All right, you guys ready? All right, here's your homework. These are your 5 questions. Yes. Do what? It is a violent. All right, we won't use homework. Here's your practice. Huh? It's called practice. If you want to practice them, Dominic, you can. If you don't want to practice them, then don't practice them.
Is it homework or practice?
We'll call it practice. And if you don't finish your practice in class, you're going to have to go home and practice these. Sounds like a great idea.
Oh, you used that in the reading.
All right, so get those copied down. Mrs. Knapp and I will be walking around. If you need to take a picture of it, you can take a picture of it.
Okay. Oh, he's in the hallway. Down the hallway.